What a miss. Well, he scored a total of 4 goals in the last 3 games. But how on earth did he miss from here? Panucci. Swung forward towards Simone. And here's Boban, who's round the goalkeeper. Oh, terrific goal line clearance from Lopez. And the captain of Vicenza saves his side. Marvellous intervention. Maldini. Otero. Machita's through. Lombardini! Another chance goes begging for Vicenza. This easily the best of the game. Weah. Terrific back heel, Aranio. And Weah is linking in so delightfully with his teammates. It was a similar move which created the goal in midweek in the UEFA Cup. Lopez. Oh, Rossi's in here. Machita! Beaten away by Sebastiano Rossi. What do Vicenza have to do to find a way through? Clever improvisation. This is Rossi. And that's Otero! What a terrific ball by Rossi to pick out the Uruguayan. And once again, Vicenza will be disappointed they haven't drawn Sebastiano Rossi, the goalkeeper of Milan, into the game. Weah. Coco. Weah. Oh, it's through to Aranio! And Milan have the lead just before half-time. There was an elementary error there at the centre of the Vicenza defence when Lombardini missed the ball, and Aranio didn't miss from there. Weah. Oh, it's given away by Bjorklund. Boban! Well, Vicenza have been generous to a fault now at both ends of the pitch. Free kick. Aimed in towards Machita! 1-1. And within 2 minutes of the start of the second half, Vicenza have an equaliser, and it's richly deserved. Albertini. Boban. Panucci. Desai. And he's in trouble with that Vicenza defence. They didn't like his challenge. Boban almost scored in his own right. Panucci tried to force the ball over the line and enter the hard man of Milan, number 8, Desai. Weah. 7 here is Paolo Di Canio. Well, that's a terrific save by Mondini, but didn't Di Canio do well? He was surrounded by 3 defenders and still got his shot in on goal. Corner then to Milan. Oh, the goalkeeper's stumble. That's not going to count. A handball against Lentini. Watch Lentini control the ball, number 14. And that's why this one's been ruled out. Weah. Di Canio made up a lot of ground to get there. Lentini. Well held by Mondini because George Weah was arriving. It only needed a touch from Weah.
So all square in Vicenza, where the evening clash saw Sampdoria entertain Fiorentina. Lazio visited Inter and Juventus played host to rock-bottom Padova. But we start our roundup with Cagliari's trip to Bari.
Bari have never been known as a big club, but the same can't be said for their flags. Bari's fanatical fans were hoping for a big win at home to Cagliari. Serie A's leading scorer Igor Proti provided this cross, which the home side felt was handled by a Sardinian defender. Their appeals were turned away. It was Cagliari who looked the more likely to score in the first half, through Oliveira in particular. Fontana was brave in his challenge. Lantignotti was a constant menace on the left side. His cross found Oliveira again. Ricci was there to clear off the line. Early in the second half, Puchedu set up Dario Silva, and Bari escaped yet again. Suddenly, the away side's game went to pieces. Anderson picked them up to score his first Serie A goal. Bari doubled their advantage with a similar strike. Proti took his tally for the season to 7. Proti and Anderson then combined as Valerio Fiori finally got his hands on the ball. Miguel Guerrero came on to replace Proti, and the Colombian scored his first goal of the season to make it 3-0. Cagliari's 3-match unbeaten run came to an end. Cremonese were eager to avenge their Italian Cup defeat at the hands of Atalanta. Fedeli's effort here was cleared off the line by Bonacina. Cremonese followed that with another good opportunity to score. Perovic wasted it. The home side were left to rue those missed chances when Atalanta took the lead through Morfeo midway through the first half. That made it 2 in 2 games for the 19-year-old. However, Cremonese continued to threaten Atalanta's goal. Petracchi's looping header struck an upright. Gendabagi's stinging shot then struck the palms of goalkeeper Fabrizio Ferron. With just a minute remaining in the opening period, the home side finally got the goal they deserved. Marko Perovic, formerly of Red Star Belgrade, claimed his first goal for his new club. There were no further goals in the second half. Cremonese had Turchi to thank for that. While at the other end, Atalanta were grateful for some poor finishing by their opponents. Cremonese are still looking for their first win of the season. Roy Hodgson took his seat on the Inter bench for the first time and immediately abandoned the sweeper system for a flat back four. Inter haven't conceded a goal at the San Siro thus far, but Lazio came close to changing that statistic on more than one occasion. Casiraghi stole in behind Inter's defence and perhaps should have scored. Meanwhile, at the other end, Marcagiani's agility prevented Zanetti from hitting the target. Hodgson's idea to move Frazee from the sweeper position into midfield raised a few eyebrows. Still, the youngster's pass to Gans might have resulted in the opening goal. Here's Frazee again, this time starting a move from a deep position. Bianchi and Carboni carried it forward. Once Carboni delivered the cross, Gans just couldn't get to the ball, however hard he tried. If Carboni had delayed his delivery just a few more seconds, you feel Gans would have made contact. In fact, Casiraghi found it easy to pierce Inter's backline. Sadly for him, he didn't quite find it as easy to score. You can just make out Arrigosaki's baseball cap in the crowd. It makes you wonder if his vision was obstructed as Inter produced the game's most exciting moment. Bianchi supplied the cross, Gans the flick on, and Benny Carboni the audacious bicycle kick. Lazio's approach was more direct. Massimo Paganin almost directed the ball into his own net. Here's Roberto Carlos. Yes, you've guessed it. It's time for a free kick. The Brazilian couldn't alter the scoreline, and it remained goalless. Juventus made 4 changes on the side, which humiliated Glasgow Rangers in the Champions League. Here's one of them, Gianluca Pessotto, who was fouled by Padova defender. And Del Piero did what comes naturally to him. Juventus were 1 up in the first half. The 20-year-old has now scored 6 times this season in all competitions. This was his second in Serie A. Padova beat Juventus 1-0 here last season. They haven't won an away match since. They could have drawn level before the interval, though. Gabrielli's cross was met by Amoruso, but his header lacked both the power and accuracy to beat Peruzzi. Juventus almost extended their advantage early in the second half. Livio led the Padova defence a merry dance by the touchline before delivering a pinpoint cross for Ravanelli, who eluded the attentions of Alexi Lalas. The American did well to block the second attempt. However, Ravanelli wasn't to be denied his fourth league goal of the season. Conti set him up after 53 minutes. Juve were now 2-0 ahead. Del Piero barely scores goals inside the penalty area. Bonucci appeared to be coming out to meet him when he made this save. Del Piero was showing the kind of form he seemed to have reserved for European competition. One-touch passing from his teammates led to another glorious effort from the youngster. But for all Juve's supremacy, Padova managed to pull a goal back and breathe new life into this one-sided contest. And Amoruso took advantage of some poor defending to strike for the fourth time this season. Juventus secured maximum points in stoppage time. It wouldn't be the same without seeing the champions score a goal of the highest quality from open play. Antonio Conti provided it after a 1-2 with Ravanelli. It's quite an understanding those two players have developed of late. The only previous Serie A meeting here between these two teams ended level 2 years ago. Carini was a Napoli player then. He almost opened the scoring for Piacenza in this game. Napoli replied with an effort from their star striker Massimo Agostini as the first half ended goalless. Piacenza had won their last 2 home games thanks mainly to the goals from Caccia. He missed that one. Napoli scored the only goal of this game after 69 minutes. Cruz took the free kick. Piacenza's goalkeeper Taibi unwittingly scored the own goal. It got worse for the home side, who had Mirko Conti sent off after receiving his second yellow card. Meanwhile, the boys in yellow celebrated their second away victory. Udinese's inaccurate shooting contributed to their defeat at Parma in their last game. Things didn't really get any better against Torino. And the bug was catching. Only that you got the feeling Angloma took it a little too far. It even got to the point where the players were missing the ball altogether, let alone the target. The first notable effort came via the left boot of Paolo Poggi in the second half. Torino haven't won here for 11 years. Pele came as close as anyone to breaking that jinx. Sadly for the Turin side, they were on the end of another defeat. Udinese's winner came from the penalty spot. It was certainly a controversial decision. Judge for yourselves whether Bacci fouled Bierhoff. The German took his tally for the season to 6 in Serie A as it ended 1-0. This match was Italy's live TV offering, and it was Sampdoria who started the stronger of the two sides, and Vinizzi wasted an early opportunity. Sampdoria opened the scoring just 6 minutes later, courtesy of some sloppy defending. Filippo Maniero struck for the 4th successive game. Pesaresi, making his Serie A debut, provided the cross, Carambeu the nod back, and Maniero the smart finish. Fiorentina opened the second half with a flourish. They might have equalised firstly through Flacchi and even then through Batistuta. Agotto did well to deny the Argentinian. Fiorentina did draw level, albeit via the penalty spot. Franceschetti impeded Batistuta, and despite Sampdoria's protests, replay shows the referee's decision was spot on. The only surprise was that Batistuta left the kick to Rui Costa, who scored for the first time this season. The turning point in this game came when Schwartz was sent off for his second cautionable offence within a minute of the first. Sampdoria regained their advantage after Toldo failed to hold on to a free kick from Mihajlovic, and Salzano was in the right place to score his first Serie A goal in 4 years. It proved to be the winner. Well, despite being held to a draw, Milan have maintained their 2-point advantage at the top. 3 clubs follow on 14 points, Juventus, Parma and Napoli. Lazio, who are still unbeaten, and Fiorentina both slip 2 places, while Vicenza and Udinese stay among Serie A's frontrunners. Sampdoria's victory lifts them 3 places, but the highest climbers this week are Bari, who are only 1 point behind the Genoa side. Roma are still in a disappointing position near the foot of the table, while Torino's predicament is even more alarming. Igor Protti's 7th goal this season keeps him at the top of the scorers chart. Bierhoff continues to keep pace with the Bari striker following his penalty against Torino. 3 players, Ravanelli, Amoruso and Maniero, have added their names to the growing list on 4 goals. And we leave you this week with Milan and Juventus, once again first and second in Serie A. Will it stay that way in the months to come?